There are some DS games where if they weren't released on the DS, nothing would have changed. Like Kingdom Hearts Days, for example, it could have just like I wish that game got a remake, like with Dream Drop Distance, where you could actually play it on a home console. I know why Dream Drop didn't, but Dream Drop did, but Days didn't. Dream Drop, when it came out, looked like a PS2 game. So upscaling that, doing the regular HD remake stuff wasn't that weird. Days looked like a barely a PS1 game, somewhere between PS1 and PS2. You could have put that on home console, and when I played it on an emulator upscaled, it looked fine. Obviously, the models were very low detail, but it looked fine. There was no reason we couldn't have had an actual remake. But sadly, that along with Recoded has been sort of lost to the what do you call it? The sands of time. And the only way to really go back and play it is through that system. Now, a game that definitely didn't need a remake, but is now actually playable is Kingdom Hearts VCast. So, most Kingdom Hearts fans know about Kingdom Hearts Coded. That was the original version of Recoded. This was a mobile phone game. This was on the NTT Docomo. I don't know what that is. It's some sort of Japanese mobile phone system. But this game eventually got completely remade into Kingdom Hearts Recoded. A game that sort of has been lost to the history of time was Kingdom Hearts VCast. So, Kingdom Hearts VCast is... It's another mobile phone game. This was on... This was on Verizon's wireless broadband service. It was released in 2004 in Japan and 2005 in the United States. So, this was pre-iPhone. I'll see if I can find a video of VCast. Because VCast is now actually going to be playable. Now that the emulator to play that system, the Menenge emulator or something like that, is getting to a good state. I think, where does... Yeah, here it is. Here we go. Gamers Joint showing it off. So, you run around like a fucking tank. You have to turn in place. This was an action game. This wasn't just like, you know, turn-based Kingdom Hearts. This was an actual action game that existed. It's still in like the emulator is still in development, so you can't play it right now, but this is like just around the corner. The only issue with VCast is half of the game's missing. So, like a lot of mobile games, especially at the time, they were released in parts. So, there is an archive of part 1, but nobody has a copy that we know of part 2. Like the Wonderland segment. So, some of the game is just missing. And sort of isn't going to be playable anytime soon. I hope it is. I would absolutely love to play this game and stream this game. It's gonna be bad. Like, it's gonna be God of War mobile bad. Oh, in case you didn't know, there was a God of War mobile game. What was the game called? God of War Betrayal, yes. Fucking hell, the name's being loud. God of War Betrayal. Videos. What was this system on? Give me 1 second. This was on Java Platform Micro Edition, or Java ME. And also it's technically canon. So if you want to know the entire story of God of War, technically you have to play this. Or you could read a wiki, or you could not care because it's God of War. Here it is. Yeah, let's see if we can find a bit of the combat. Skip ahead. It was actually a 2D God of War game. Like, it wasn't just some, like, weird thing that was nothing like God of War. The only problem is it was scuffed as hell. Like, it even had... If you look at this, it even had, like, the grab mechanics. Like, it was just straight up God of War through and through. I don't even know if it had... Did it have the QuickTime events? They're not showing it here. But, like, I would have loved this if I knew about this as a kid. If I had a phone that could play this as a kid, I would have played this absolutely constantly. Even if it is scuffed, even if it is shit, and you shouldn't want to play it. But, like, my concept of mobile phone games back then was Snake, and was Tetris, and was Solitaire, and that's it. That is all. I didn't even know that things like this existed until maybe, like, 6 or 7 years ago. This is one I found out about, the other day. But, like, just the fact that games that were actual games existed back then, like, not just a one-off thing for the phone, like, trying to be this legitimate game. I didn't realize those existed for a long time until we got to the iPhone, really. But the problem with a lot of these old games is there are so many systems out there, and some of them just don't have emulators. I do believe that Java ME works just fine with an emulator. You don't have a problem with that one, but there are all these weird systems that might have had, like, one game that you might want to go back and have a look at, but it's just lost to the sands of time. Lost to the sands of time, and is never going to be discovered again. But there's always these people that want to revive something and just want to see if emulating a platform like this is actually possible. And even though there might be better things you could spend your time on, maybe it's not a good use of your time to go write an emulator for this archaic platform that has one game that anybody cares about. Maybe that's a waste of time. But who cares? Just make something cool and have some fun with it. Make something cool and give people something exciting to look at in the world.